Hi guys, it's reaction time. We got Firehouse and Mighty Fine Lady. So Firehouse, man, such a big deal. American hard rock band, obviously. The debut came out possibly the worst time for melodic heavy rock, hard rock, 1990. But they had a lot of success, you know, for a lot compared to a lot of bands of the same ilk around that time. And well deserved. What a great debut and a great follow up to that as well. They've produced some brilliant music. And recently, obviously, anyone into the melodic hard rock will know that they lost their singer CJ Snare in 2024. Too young to lose, obviously, a massive loss. What a great vocalist as well. And Nate Peck, who is the vocalist now, was actually he took over from CJ when he was ill. Apparently through CJ's blessing, which is great. And what a great vocalist he is. I've caught some of their stuff like YouTube from, like, you know, people holding their phones recording at concerts and stuff, and he sounds great as well. And now they've got a new single out, Mighty Fine Lady. Now, this is only available on the band's website at the moment as we speak, as I'm doing this reaction. You might not get to see this reaction until they officially release it worldwide. I've got some rules and I always stick to them. I always never break a band's trust or do something, you know, outside of release days and stuff like that. So you might hear this only through the band's blessing. If I manage to contact the band and they say, yes, you can upload the reaction, I would do that. If not, I would definitely not do it. So this might be an early reaction for people that haven't heard it yet, but you can actually get hold of this. I think it's only $1 on their website and you can get hold of this song. So I'm really excited to hear it. I've heard some great things about it as well. So, you know, there are lots of, you know, through the Facebook pages and melodic rock sites and hard rock sites that I listen to and look into, nothing but praise for this song. So I'm so excited to hear it. New Firehouse. This is Mighty Fine Lady. Here we go.
Driving
it's just perfect musically as well, man. What talented guys these are. The guitar work across this is just amazing. And what's really cool is that it's such a melodic song. It's so catchy. Every little part of it is so catchy, but they just fit these guitar solos that are just on their own are some of the best guitar work you'll hear out there. There's some mental guitar work going on in this song. It sounds brilliant as well. What a mix on this song, man. And that really makes the most of all that guitar work, that brilliant guitar work you can hear. A bit of cowbell there. I'm sure I heard some cowbell there. So it's bringing all those classic. I mean, man, really, this could have been, on that debut, couldn't it? Or the next album, the second album. It could have been off that early material from Firehouse. So they're giving, without a doubt, surely this will please like Firehouse fans. I know you always get those people that are, it doesn't matter what you do. They think, oh no, it's not the same band. But man, you can't deny it. This is one brilliant song. Absolutely amazing. It's got that sort of slight sleaze to it as well. Definitely, fitting in. It just sounds a bit like Sunset Strip vibe going on. But what a production, though. You didn't hear a production like this in 1985. I'll tell you that. You just didn't. It's such a brilliant mix, so dynamic. Everything. A perfect single. And a real taste for what may be to come with a new album. I mean, man, if they've got songs like this up their sleeve, anything like this, you're looking at people just putting this album top of the year. Album of the year lists. If it's like this, I mean, this song on its own is just amazing. And remember, bands don't have to bring out albums these days. It's a different world, isn't it? And that's why they probably brought this single out, because it's such a different world with music. That's exactly why they brought this single out, to buy. You can't blame bands these days. They're ripped off, aren't they, through these streaming sites. So totally understandable how they've made it only available to buy at the moment. And you can't blame any band for that. Just to get something out of, they got to keep touring, they got to keep making music, and the only way they can do that is make a bit of money. So you can totally understand that. But man, what a song. What a song. Here we go for the rest, guys. I can't wait to hear the solo, by the way. I mean, here we go. Oh, what a song. So much energy in that as well. For a band, that started in the 90s, or they started early enough in the 80s actually, but produced their first album in the 90s. That has got so much energy to it. You think of some of the bands, man, that we love or loved back in the 80s, that could still, if they got their arse in gear, write songs like that, but just can't. I mean, I don't mean to pick on them, but, we're looking at bands like, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, and, all bands that I really loved back in the 80s who can't write a song to save their fucking life now. And it's not, I know you can't always perform, especially vocally. I'm talking about them two bands in particular, vocally, that just lost their voices, John Bon Jovi and Vince Neil. But they can still write good songs, surely, occasionally. But man, Firehouse have just, it's like lightning in a bottle, that song. That is everything. Surely a Firehouse fan would love. Gotta give massive shout out to Nate Peck there. What a vocal. What a vocal. And is there anyone else that you would like in Firehouse? I think he's the perfect person to step in. Rest in peace, CJ Snare. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. Remember, if this is allowed to be released, this reaction, and that will only be through the band's blessing, of course. You can pick up their song just for $1 on their website. That's pretty amazing. So, I mean, man, it's worth it, isn't it? Let me know what you think of that song in the comments below, guys. What a song. I'll see you soon.